Welcome back to You, Me, and the Community, a show that focuses on publicizing nonprofit organizations and their purpose for serving the community. Again, I'm your host, Jaffney Gray. Thanks for joining us. Our second organization today is popular for caring for individuals that may never know if they will ever have a bed to sleep in or food to eat. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mission Outreach of Paragould, Arkansas.
Welcome to Mission Outreach. We've been here for 32 years and we're very proud owners in this community of serving the impoverished population in Northeast Arkansas. This is our benevolent window where individuals' first stop is, where they can provide a friendly face. So we have various places. Here is one of them where individuals that are homeless can serve in a position to start right now and learning responsibility and learning and honing in their supervisory skills. And so different individuals serve here to answer the phone, coordinate transportation, problem solve as individuals come in.
Why are you up here?
I'm coming up here to let them take a picture of where you're living. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay. This is our single women's dorm and dorm for mothers with children. One half of this facility is devoted to women with children. And so there's just room after room here. We want to keep the families together so a mother and her children will be able to reside and stay together to provide that security that they need while they're in this predicament. We do have single women that find themselves homeless, and so they enjoy a dormitory style where they're able to encourage each other and cheer each other on as they're addressing finding a home and finding the security that they need. This is the kitchen of Mission Outreach, where last year we produced over 55,000 meals. Here, residents get to learn cooking skills or share with us cooking skills that they already have. Many are not used to cooking for over 100 people a day in one given meal. And many are not used to doing dishes between 100 people. But here, everyone helps. Here at Mission Food Pantry, we give out over 300 food boxes a month to individuals in the community that find themselves with food insecurity. Most of the time it's elderly and the handicapped that we see, but we also find the working poor that cannot put enough together resources to see that their family has food for a given week.
We're in our food pantry right now. All food comes in this pantry and then cycles out through either our public pantry or through our soup kitchen. Over 130 tons of food came in and out of our doors last year. And as you can see, we have a wide variety of food, canned goods. We have 2 walk-in freezers for meats, walk-in coolers for fresh produce that we receive on a bi-weekly basis from Walmart.
In our single man's dorm, we're kind of set up Army book style. Life here starts very early in the morning, and it is more frequently that we have men that serve in different managerial positions. Here, a sense of family is very important because children that are taken out of what they've always known to be a secure environment can be very scary. And so keeping families together and then being able to interact with other children that they find in the same situation as them can be very healing.
My goal here is I'd like to thank Mission Outreach for helping me get back on my feet again because I never had no job, and I'm going through, like I said, getting my license back and waiting to get a job.
It helps out in a numerous ways, you know, give you a place to stay. If you're homeless, out on the street, a place to eat, gives you a little hope.
I think that it helps the community a lot. You know, there's a lot of mental illness, there's a lot of just circumstances that people need to work through. And so it's here and it's where I want to be.
I can understand being afraid if it's the first time you've fallen on hard times in your personal life, but that is what Mission Outreach in Northeast Arkansas is here for, is to help you and give you a hand up. No, not so much a handout. We're here to equip you with the tools that you'll need to succeed again and give you that extra boost you need while you're getting to that point.
The needs at Mission Outreach are great. We need volunteers to help with various programs, everything from tutoring to childcare to assisting with transportation to serving in our benevolent window. Just that smile sometimes makes the difference when somebody's down on their luck.
From the Mission Outreach of Paragould, Arkansas, we have the Executive Director, Mrs. Jamie Collins. How you doing today?
Hey, Daphne, how are you?
We're great. We're having a
Good.
great time today. It's a beautiful, beautiful day to be able to talk about your organization.
Thank you.
Mission outreach is basically self-explanatory, you know, because it's
It
reaching
is.
out to anybody.
It
But can
is.
you give us an official definition as far as what it's about?
Yes, Mission Outreach of Northeast Arkansas exists to house the homeless, feed the hungry, and care for the sick by providing them a fresh start, specific help, and a new hope.
Well, that's a great deal right there. Now, can you tell us about the history? Where did it start? Like, who came up with it and all that good stuff?
A pastor in Paragould, Arkansas, Melvin Robinson, woke up with a dream in the night, and he felt God directed him to build and establish a shelter in Northeast Arkansas. He started with Paragould, and his dream was to go on to other areas to duplicate the work that he started there.
So and I take it that it helped out a lot during those times, correct?
It did.
I bet it did.
Nothing existed at the time to take the burden off the community, to address not only homelessness, but just poverty in general, and how to connect people to the right places to get the help that they need, the support, the encouragement to change their situation.
Well, hey, that's a great deal right there. Now, can you tell us your connections? Like, tell our audience who you are. How did you get started with it?
Okay. I'm a person who was once homeless myself. I'm also a delivered alcoholic and drug addict. And so with 45 days clean and sober, once someone come by from the college I just graduated from, took my resume, turned it in, and the next thing I know, I'm interviewing for the position of executive director of a mission in another state. And so that's how I got started, and I've been in mission work ever since, except for a 2-year tenure there where I was doing some substance abuse counseling.
Yeah, so good Lord. I see that you have history with the different things that the people inside the Mission Outreach deal with. So do you have a closer connection with those people?
I do, because I can understand what it's like to be there and how scary that can be. And sometimes fear just paralyzes you.
Yes.
And it's good to know that someone understands that and can help you identify with what you already know you feel and see steps beyond that.
Exactly. Now, when I went there to get the footage and all that good stuff, I saw how much respect everybody had for you. It was almost like you were like a mama bird or something. You know, it's something
Thank you.
sweet. Can you explain the family atmosphere that y'all have there?
Well, I know that for me, it took a lot of encouragement. It took a lot of coaching. And sometimes just a smile makes all the difference in the world. Someone taking the time to acknowledge that you're there, that you exist, you know, without saying this is wrong and this is wrong and this is wrong. Individuals already know there's something wrong. And whether they made poor choices or not is not the issue now. It might be something to look at. But what's to us right now is how can we empower you to come out, to move out of that corner, to embrace what is ahead of you, and to accept that and take on the challenge with courage and encouragement and all those good things that go with that.
Definitely, it's a lot of great things right there. People, we will have more from the Mission Outreach after this. Welcome back to You, Me, and the Community. We have Jamie Collins from Mission Outreach here with us today. Happy to have you here.
Thank you, Jeff.
We've been talking about Mission Outreach and all the different things, and that one building that I went to was huge, but I know you have much more programs and services to offer. Can you tell us about those?
Yes, and our housing program there at the facility you were at is 80-bed emergency shelter upstairs divided into 3 different dorms. We separate the genders. So in one dorm there's a mother with children and single women, and another one there's single men, and then another one is totally devoted for families, mom and dad with children, dad with children. We also have 3 separate homes, 3 for handicapped men and 1 for men who are coming out of a drug or alcohol recovery program but don't have a safe environment to go back to, and so they need a chance to transition, to get a job and get on their feet. We just purchased a new facility here in Jonesboro,
I've heard about that.
45,000 square feet.
Oh my gosh,
Yes,
congratulations.
yes, and we're real excited about that and look forward to starting a transitional living and permanent housing here in Jonesboro with mothers with children. And we're seeing a growing population of young men from 17 to 23, and so we really want to target there, in addition to our veterans that are kind of falling through the cracks and helping them stabilize and get back on their feet and meet their needs. In our feeding program, we have a soup kitchen that serves 3 meals a day, over 54,000 meals last year, not to just our residents, but to anyone in the community that needs a meal. And then we have a food pantry. We give out over 300 food boxes a month. Most of them are impoverished, the working poor, elderly, disabled. Then we have our charitable medical clinic that operates 2 nights a month. We provide primary medical care. We have our own pharmacy and lab. Everything is totally volunteer run.
What kind of volunteers do you have, by the way?
Well, you name it. Doctors, lab techs, pharmacists, nurses. In the shelter, all of our classes are typically taught by volunteers, retired teachers, business owners, anyone with a skill set. Teaching sometimes as simplistic a thing as how do I really clean up my room and it not kill me?
Exactly.
But also there's cooking. The residents of our shelter really run the shelter. They do all the cooking, they do all the cleaning, they drive, they work up into different positions so that they can learn responsibility. And so we have individuals that teach simple things like attitude and responsibility and communication and problem solving, and then how do we prepare for the workplace? You know, getting them a job is not a problem. Them keeping the job and learning how do I problem solve through these little things that come up. The child is sick today. What do I do?
Yes.
You know, I'm not feeling well. What does that look like?
So it's like a big character builder.
Yes.
All of the volunteers there have done many things, but I know you had like past different events. Can you give us a brief synopsis of the past events that you had and what future plans do you have for the organization?
One of our large events is a chili cooking contest. We just got through it that last week. We had about 19 teams come together and compete for the best chili. And then the community comes in and we had live bands and things, kids activities for the kids to do and just varying things going on. Every team in the chili rodeo really got involved this year and really had individual activities and things you could purchase at their stand. We also at Walmart and Paragould ring the bell from Thanksgiving to Christmas.
Yes.
It's probably our largest fundraiser that we have. Volunteers devote their time on every weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to collect donations. The week before Thanksgiving is National Hunger and Homeless Awareness Week. And so on one day we sponsor a banquet for teenagers in high schools to come and really get an experience of what it's like to be homeless, experience what it's like to be impoverished, everywhere from a third world country to right here in their own neck of the woods.
Well, hey, that's a beautiful thing right now. But last question, how can someone volunteer, and how can someone that needs a place to go and is a little shame or scared to come out and be like, yo, I need help, you know, can you give us information about volunteerism and people that need help?
Okay. All they would need to do is just contact us. Our number is 870-236-8080, or they can contact our website and get to any of us that way. And that's missionoutreachnea.com. Volunteer comes from everything from a professional service, such as medical or teaching, to helping with a support group, peer counseling, to working in the office, processing food applications, just being the greeter at the door that has a smile on your face, answering the phone, driving a vehicle. We have a place for you, I can assure you.
Well, definitely, people, you might want to check into that. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like that concludes our show today. We are very thankful for the Learning Center and the Mission Outreach for coming out to educate our audiences on their purpose for serving the community. Thank you all for watching, and thanks to Home Place Furniture for furnishing our set. Until next time, remember that it's not all about you, and it's not all about me, but it's about serving the community. So how will you serve? I'm your host, Jeffney Gray. God bless.